We'll learn a little bit from the gates of the Baal Shem Tov. The Baal Shem Tov teaches an amazing thing. This is from the Torah of Yaakov Yosef in Parashat Mishpatim. Va'avadetem et Hashem Elokechem. Pasuk says there, you shall serve Hashem your God. Shamati mimorei Pirush Hashas. Here an explanation. We're learning a lot of Baal Shem Tov on Gemara today. So if anybody asks if you learn Gemara here, you can tell them yes, we do. Whenever the Baal Shem Tov teaches us Gemara, we listen. The Baal Shem Tov teaches on the Shas in Chagiga, Masechet Chagiga, on the 9th page. Veshavtem uritem ben tzadik larasha ben oved Hashem la'asher lo avado. You will make tshuva, you will come back, and you will see the difference between a tzadik and a rasha, a righteous person and a wicked person. Ben oved Hashem la'asher lo avado, in between a person that's serving Hashem and a person that's not. Ufarich hashas, היינו צדיק, היינו עובד, היינו רשע, היינו לא עובד, אלא אינו דומה, שונה פרקו 100 פעמים, לשונה פרקו 100 פעמים ואחד. And they talk about it there, and they say, in Shas, tzaddik is an oved, right? What is it? Again, just to explain it, you return and you'll see what's the difference between a righteous person and a non-righteous person, a person that's serving Hashem, a person that's not serving Hashem. Why do you need to do this? If he's righteous, that means he's serving Hashem. And if he's wicked, that means he's not serving Hashem. Why do you need to tell it to me doubled? Baal Shem Tov explains, tzaddik, haynu oved, haynu rasha. In Shas they explain, tzaddik is a worker, a rasha is a person that doesn't work. So what's the difference? Why is it different? Ela eno dome shone pirko 100 פעמים, לשone pirko 100 פעמים ואחד. Rabbi is coming to teach us, no, it's not the same. A person who learns 100 times is not the same person that learns 101 times. That's their answer. A person that learns 100 times is not the same as a person that learns 101 times. So you have a tzaddik, you have an oved, you have a rasha, and you have a lo oved. ויש להבין, we have to understand. כי בשביל שחסר אחד יהיה נקרא רשע או לא עובד, for not learning it one more time, he's going to be called now wicked or a person that doesn't work. 100 and 101, all of a sudden now the person that did it 100 times and not 101, he's called wicked, he's called the person that doesn't work. The Baal Shem Tov explains this according to a mashal, an analogy. Bo yavo berina noseh alumotav. He will come with joy, carrying alumotav, carrying his sheaves. If the fundamental aspect of why you learn Torah is for pride, even when you serve Hashem, you're nothing. Because you're lacking one. You're doing everything, but you're lacking one. You're lacking Hashem. You're not having intention for the oneness, the true oneness of Hashem. And from this you understand, even when you're an Oved Hashem, it could be called Lo Oved. It could be considered as if you're not working. What's the reason that you can say a person who learns something 100 times is not the same as a person who learns 101 times? Because he has one. What's one? God. You can learn the things 100 times, but if you didn't learn it once of those 100 times with one, with God, you didn't learn anything. If a person learned 100 times, what do we need his learning if it was lacking one? So we have an amazing teaching from the Baal Shem Tov. The Baal Shem Tov tells us that a person that learns something 100 times is not the same as a person that learns it 101 times. That's the same from the Gemara. How does the Baal Shem Tov understand it? What's going to help me if you learn something 100 times and you didn't have one with you? It's not that a person learned 100 times and then 101. It's the same 100 times. They just had one on their mind. They had a Hashem on their mind. A person that learns a little bit with Hashem on their mind, that I can get away with. I can take something from it. A person that learns a lot and doesn't think about Hashem, so his fundamental purpose of learning is just for his own pleasure and his own benefit and his own pride. And that I can't really do much with it. And you see this a lot of times. You can see people that are simple people, But when they learn, there's a fire. How do you have such a fire? And then you go and you see big rabbis that have all the recognition and everything, and it's dry. If Echad is there, if the one is there, then it's Hashem giving over Torah. It's Hashem being revealed, and then it's alive. It's alive. Very, very important teaching from the Baal Shem Tov. A person that learns 100 is not the same as a person that learns 100 with Hashem. It's that simple. So the simple thing that we get from Shas, that nearly every person in yeshiva knows this Shas. A person that learns 100 is not the same as 101. Everybody exists. No, you put in extra effort. You just that one more time makes it so much better. It's true, but God is the one.
So is 91 better than 100?
1 with 1 is better than 100 without 1.
Okay.
Yes. Now they're teaching from the grandson of the Baal Shem Tov, the Degel Machanei Ephraim, the uncle of Reb Nachman. Aderech Shamar Adunya Avi Zekeni. In the way the Baal Shem Tov said, Eno domeh shoneh pirko 100 פעמים לשונeh 100 פעמים ואחד, דהיינו שמכניס אחד שהוא אלופו של עולם בתוך הלימוד. A person learns 100 is not the same as a person learns 101. Why? Because they put 1 inside their learning. When you put your 1 inside your learning, it elevates everything up. Ita b'shem Baal Shem Tov. It's taught in the names of the Baal Shem Tov. This comes from the Tzfat Emet and Parashat Vayitchanan. Hashocheach devar echad mimishnato. Says a person who forgets one thing from his learning. Sheshocheach Dveikut Chassidut sheyesh b'chol ot shebetorah. What's the one thing you could forget in your learning? You forget that there's 1 in your learning. That the point of learning is to connect to 1. It's to connect to Hashem. And therefore, the Pasuk says, Ben tishakach. God forbid you should forget. What should you forget? God forbid you should forget God while you're learning. And this is why the Baal Tanya explained from teachings of the Baal Shem Tov that when a person is learning, every so often they have to stop. The Baal Tanya he said every hour. Person learning 6 hours, they should stop every hour. Why? Every hour is a different sirufim, different permutations in the heavens of how the lights are coming down. So every hour stop and do the yichud and tap back into Hashem. Practically speaking, for us, we learn less than 6 hours, right? An hour and a half, 2 hours. If you're learning something that doesn't talk about Hashem so much, we learn a lot of emunah here. So our learning is about Hashem. But there's a lot of parts of the Torah that are very mundane. A person learns chosh and mishpat. It's all about civil laws and business and money. You become a lawyer instead of Talmid Chacham. You can very quickly go away from Hashem in those learnings. You forget. So the tzadikim had a practice of stopping every now and then and remembering, we're doing this to connect to Hashem. We're doing this to connect to Hashem. I have to understand the words on the page, and my goal is to connect to Hashem. One last teaching for today on the Baal Shem Tov. This is from the will of the Baal Shem Tov in the Torah of the Magid. Yachshov shelomed ma shamru beGemara. When you're learning Torah, you should think about what they said in the Gemara in Brachot on the 8th page. Ein lakadosh baruch hu ba'olamo ela 4 amot shel halacha. All Hashem has in His world is the 4 cubits of halacha. 2 by 2 box of halacha. That's all Hashem has in this world. V'yomar b'libo. You say in your heart, Allahu itbarach shemo tzimtzem et atzmo v'shura bechan. Hashem constricted Himself and rests here, dwelling here. So that it's fitting that I should learn with joy, with awe, and with love. Hashem's here in my halacha. Hashem limited Himself all the way down here into my Torah book. Wow. Should be joyful. Should be joyful. And this is an important thing. We have to know that Hashem, in our generation, now that the temple was destroyed, all we have is halacha. You want to find the Shekhinah, you want to find the Kala, the bride, keep halacha. Halacha and Hakala, same letters. The more you know how to find Hashem in this world, the more you'll be having a relationship with the Shekhinah, and you'll be able to really, really feel godliness in every single action that you do. It all comes by way of following the halacha. And the halacha is not limitations on us that take away our freedom. They are the boundaries that let us have all the freedom in the world. We should know where there's pitfalls and mines in this world and not step on them, not go into these places. We should know how to do things the right way and not do them the wrong way. And the more you align with that, the more you see Hashem start to show up in your life. And that's the bracha. That's the bracha. That's the whole union of the Baal Shem Tov. To learn deep Torahs, but to keep halacha. Keep halacha. Be involved in this world in a way that the world shows up. The Jews show up in a certain way, and we have certain ways that we do things. Be a part of that. Be a part of it. It's a beautiful way. It's a beautiful system that brings a lot of clarity and purifies the mind. And the more halacha that you learn, the more you're going to see hakala. You're going to see the queen in your life. Bezat Hashem. Siyata dishmaya.